Is dating really as hard as y'all say it is after 40, or are the women just being extra critical? I posted on my TikTok, is it the men, is it the women, or is it both? And boy, did I get a lot of feedback. So this was something that came up with some girlfriends of mine and I. We were all talking about dating and how things have changed over 40, what the dating world is like. And their stance on it was that men now expect for you to cater to them and to chase after them. That wasn't the case many years ago. It was the men were the ones who would pursue the woman, and the woman would then be, open to his pursuits. And I heard this from my 23-year-old daughter. She said that the men want you to buy them flowers and they want the woman to take them out. And I was not as surprised when she said it, but boy, when my 40, 50-year-old friend said the exact same thing, I was actually shocked. So I've been out of the dating world for a while, but I still feel that a man is still the same. It's the women who are now not holding as strong to their standards. Now, hear me out on this. I think that women are giving in a little more because, at least in my state, in Georgia, there is an abundance of women. The women outnumber the men by double figures. And so therefore the men have more women to choose from. So they can be, I guess, more selective and they can make more demands. However, I still feel like there is a good supply of men. When I was dating, I had no problem meeting good men, and women were still saying the exact same thing then. They were saying that there are no good men. Men, don't know how to treat a woman. They weren't saying that the men wanted to be catered to, but they were still saying that the men were basically worthless. And I just didn't find that. My mindset was that I had a standard. I would put out my standard and I would manifest the type of man that I wanted. I was very vocal from the very beginning, whether it was dating or just going on a date or just hanging out or even considering that person as someone I wanted to pursue. I was very vocal about what I wanted from the beginning. And if they didn't fit into that mode, then there was no need for us to go further. So I think that the downfall of the dating world now is that women are not vocalizing what their standards are. They're not vocalizing what they're willing to accept and what they're not willing to accept. They're bending on their non-negotiables. Like, I think every woman has a non-negotiable, but they start to bend on that when the men give them pushback. So I see pushback as my opportunity to say, okay, well, then I'm out of here. That right there will show if a man is truly interested or not. And if a man allows you to walk away and lets you say, okay, I'm out of here, and just keep being out of there and keep it moving, then they were never really interested in the beginning. It's not necessarily because they have 5 other women to choose from, because there's only a very select few number of women that a man is truly going to find himself interested in for the long term. So if you stand true and you say, well, these are my standards, these are the things that I want, are you willing or are you capable of giving me what I desire, what I want? Then they'll let you know. You got to ask. You got to say what it is that you want. You can't just expect for a man to automatically know it, number one. You can't expect for a man to just give it to you, number two. And you can't expect for a man to just assume that you're going to take whatever he gives you, in a sense. So be direct. Be very direct. And I know that, for people watching this video, people who are actively out there dating, they're going to say, no, I've tried that. I've tried this. If you tried it and it failed, it's because he was not into you from the beginning. That's it. And how long did you try it? Like, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to go out with this guy. I'm going to tell him what I want. And then that's it. I'm done. It didn't work. Try it again. Try it with another man. There is a man out there for you. Like when I met the man that I'm with now, I was very vocal about what it is that I wanted. He gave pushback in the very beginning. He was, like, I don't think I could do that. I don't think that, I'm ready for that. And I said, okay. There was a lot of, back and forth. We did communicate in between, but ultimately I walked away. And I said, okay, then you can't give me what I want, then that's it. I'm done. And not very many weeks passed, and we got right back together. He told me he missed me. And, well, let me correct that. I said, oh, hey, I've missed you. And his response was, oh, you do? I knew I had him right then. He said it a little more like, ooh, gosh, I'm so glad she missed me. He gave a little more emphasis into it, but I'm not going to really try to redo or re-say it the way he said it. But it was funny. I knew then I had him. And we've been together ever since. That's the bottom line. I stood fast and strong on my beliefs, what I wanted, was willing to walk away. And he realized that he didn't want to let me go. This was 13 years ago. We've been together since that day. And I say that to say that it does work if you're willing to walk away. You've got to be willing to walk away. And then if they come back, if it's meant for you all to be together, you will know, because he's not going to let you go too far. He's not going to let you get away if he truly wants to be with you. But again, don't let that one time be the determining factor of whether it works or not. It may not work on that one man. It may not work on 2 or 3 of them, but keep standing fast to what it is that you want and know what you want. You have to know what your non-negotiables are. So I don't think that the dating pool is truly full of piss. I just think that you are standing possibly in the shallow end of the water where the piss can be seen. Go out to the deeper end and look for some more men, because they are there. They are there. And if you know what you want, you articulate to this man what you want, you can get what you want. I had some men on my TikTok channel come back and say that, it's the women, they're too picky. They see a good man, they find a good man, and they still, are not happy. And I kind of agree sometimes with that, because you can't be so stuck on what your non-negotiables are that you're not willing to compromise on anything. You have to be willing to compromise on some things to get a good man. My man now did not have everything that I wanted, but he met my top 3 non-negotiables. All those other things we were willing to, I was willing to work with him on and groom him, because women, you do have to groom a man a little bit. And there is some give and take. There's some things that you're going to have to compromise on, and there's some things that he's going to have to be willing to compromise on. But these are discussions that you need to have early. So you can manifest the man that you desire, but you got to write down what it is you're looking for. You've got to be so sure about what it is you're looking for and stick to it. Don't be fooled by a man who gives you 1 or 2 of your non-negotiables. You need 3. At a minimum, you need 3 non-negotiables. And if he can't fit those 3 non-negotiables, your top 3, then don't try to make it work, but then don't be so stuck on the fact that he doesn't fit them to a T, like identical. Be willing to compromise on some of the other things. So the top three, those are important, but some of the other things, be willing to compromise on. You can't have a list of 10 non-negotiables. It's just not possible. Nobody's perfect. You're not perfect. He's not perfect. So there are good men over 40. I was over 40 when I met mine, and I'm over 50 now, and we're still together. And he's even better now than he was then. So things take time. You gotta let it season a little bit, okay? Let me know what your thoughts are. I want to hear from you. And if you get a chance, go back and watch my TikTok. So all of my social media is Joanna M. Cameron. Don't leave out the M. And if you want to buy my books, they're on Amazon. Those are under Joanna M. Randolph, which is the married name. All right. So have a good day, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.